Hey, everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning. Let me know where you are coming in from. We are going to get right into it today, and I'm so freaking excited. I'm so fired up. We're going to talk about how to explode your downline in the next 45 days, working part-time in your spare time and doing it so that you can create duplication in your business. So, 3 days. We are going to be talking and training for 3 days. I'm just going to double check that we are streaming live right now in a few different spots. There we go. I can't see comments. So make sure you go up to the top and click on that little banner that says let Jen see your comments, and that way I can see them in real time. I'll go ahead and throw this up also. So hello if you are joining. I know some of you guys are super excited. Some of you have been through this boot camp before. It is definitely better. It's going to talk a lot about attraction marketing. We're going to talk about some automations. I'm going to have an offer for you guys at the end of the 3rd day to see if you want to partner with us and really explode your business in the short term and really turn it into a business. So we are going to talk about 3 things over the next 6 days. Hello, Crystal and Kristen. Good morning. Good morning. All right, we're going to get right into this. So today we're going to talk all about attraction. Now, there is a difference between promoting your business online and attracting business partners to your team. And what people are doing right now on social media is repelling people away, which is why your team is not growing and expanding. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into what's working and what's not working. And quite frankly, we're in a different economy. Things are different. We had a pandemic that happened 2 years ago that really shifted things for a lot of people. And really excited to talk about what those things did for us and for our industry and for digital marketing right now. So tomorrow we're going to talk about influence and how you can create authority, influence, and trust within your audience so that you never have to sell again. I know a lot of you are like, I just hate selling. I don't want to be salesy and sleazy and spammy, and I just hate doing that. I'm going to teach you how to do it the right way. So you're not selling anything, but people are saying, Jen, how can I work with you? Samantha, how can I work with you? Jessica, how can I work with you? They're excited to work with you because you are bringing value to the marketplace. And then the 3rd thing is how to enroll, right? How to enroll. You're working so hard. You've got leads coming in. You've got people asking questions, but you can't quite get them over that hump of a team member or a customer, right? We kind of get lost. What do I say? And how do I get someone started? How do I enroll? And then the most important question, how do I get them to build their business? Well, the truth is, guys, most network marketing companies do not have a system. Sending a video to a stranger is not a system, and calling your mom to see if she wants some product is not a system either. It's not a business. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys systems that are going to work, that are going to duplicate, and that are also going to be scalable. So who am I? Nobody really. I'm not really that smart, not really that cool. I'm kind of funny. I had some success 9 years ago when I got started, doubled my salary in my first year. Been teaching people how to do it ever since. I love affiliate marketing. I love the compensation model of network marketing. And I truly believe that when you marry the 2 businesses together, then you can have unbelievable success and growth in your business. What happens is the network marketer gets burnt out because their teams aren't duplicating. The affiliate marketer loves affiliate marketing and selling on products, but they don't have any leverage. They show up, they make a sale, they got to show up again. Even if they're running paid traffic, God forbid something gets shut down, their business is dependent on the platform. So there's no leverage there. So when you marry the 2 together and you have a real system with leverage, then you can go on to scale that beyond $5, $10, even $20,000 a month, depending on what your goals are and what you want to do. So let me know in the comments how much money would be life-changing to you. What would be like, man, Jen, I'd love $1,000, but if I could get $5,000, that would be life-changing. And I want a residual income per month. How much money would you want to be making every single month, whether you showed up or not? Every single month. How much money? Let me know. Put that in the comments. There's my comments. Hello, Facebook users. Let me know how much money would be like life-changing money. When I got started, it was 10 grand a month for me. If I could make 10 grand a month, that made all my problems go away. And it took me 6 months of reflection, of looking in the mirror. Most of this is not tactic and strategies. It's who we are and what we believe. So it was 6 months of me overcoming. And I'll tell you, my limiting belief, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I didn't believe I could have fun and make money. It didn't make sense to me. You mean I could have fun and make money? How can I have fun and make money? I just kept telling myself, there's no way this is true. There's no way I could have fun and get paid. It doesn't make any sense. Right? So 10K would solve all my problems. I'll let you know something, Mark. When you get to the 10K, when you get to the 10K bump, a whole nother set of problems arises. So the problems never go away, guys. But it is cool that you can pay for problems to go away, right? It is cool that you have options, that you've got some flexibility in your wallet, you've got some flexibility in your time and what you're doing with your money. A lot of times we think it's money that will solve our problems, but really it's what money can buy. Right? It's what money can buy you. So I'll give you an example. Right now, I really want to buy my husband's time. He's been in his career for 17 years. With everything coming out of the recession, he is in fear of losing his job. And I want to buy his time so that he can flip the bird and say, peace, see you later. And he can be a stay-at-home dad or whatever he chooses. Right? So if I'm going to buy his time, then my income needs to surpass both of ours, right? I got to bring in what I'm used to making because we are individual, and I got to surpass his. But it's not because I want that money in my bank account. It's because I want to buy my husband options, right? We want to buy a bigger house. Right now I'm in an office space. I pay for renting an office space. So I want you guys to think of like 3 to 5 things in the short term that you're thinking, well, if I get this, then I will do that. Okay. Because we're not going to wait. We're not going to say if or when I get to 10 grand, then I can hire the personal trainer. When I get to 10 grand, then I can open up an LLC. We're not going to do that. We are going to create a business plan and a business model together. So it's not the money that you're after, it's what you think the money can do. And if you're waiting, there's a mental block there. If you're like, well, I really want to buy a new car, but I can't look because I don't have the down payment. Well, that's actually a mental block that's going to stop you from ever making any money because you're telling yourself, I can't buy the car until this. And so your subconscious mind is immediately shutting off any way that you can, and you won't actually create the goal. Okay, little mental tip for you. So if you have a mental block like I can't make videos and get paid, I can't have fun and get paid, I can't do this and get paid, that's the first thing that's going to stop you from making money regardless of what you're doing. So when I first got started in network marketing, I was 22 years old. I was a perfume pimp selling physical, tangible products, door to door to businesses. I was making $1,000 a week before I even knew I was in one of those things. It was like my second month when someone was like, I think you're in one of those things. And I was making $4,000 a month as 22 years old. And I was like, well, cool. It's working for me. So I had a really good experience my first time. And then I went to go build the business with my coworker and my teammate, right? We actually opened up our own physical store in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. 9 months later, well, probably like 6 months later, he met a girl. And those last 3 months, he was out doing whatever. And I was left to build the business by myself. And the one thing I wasn't taught was how to think and grow rich. So if you haven't read that book, definitely read that book. I wasn't taught mindset. I wasn't taught personal development. What I was taught was go to work and get a paycheck. And what I knew is my paycheck was dwindling because my business partner wasn't pulling his weight. And so network marketing is very much dependent on people if you don't have the right systems in place. And he wasn't pulling his weight and I couldn't do both of our jobs. And so I opted for the career path. I wanted my insurance and my medical and all of that stupid shit I was sold. And I got sucked into golden handcuffs and had a career ever since. my daughter was she was born in 2014, and I became a digital marketer. I had no idea I was a digital marketer. It was out of necessity that I needed to build a business from home because I had 2 kids under 2 years old and just filed bankruptcy. So it was out of necessity that I needed to build this business from Facebook. I'm grateful that I did, because so many of you are watching now have become my best friends over the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years that I've been here. We've been through a lot of things together, and this is truly the best and greatest platform to build a business. And I truly believe to build relationships, because you do take them online to offline. So, okay, that is where we are. That's who I am. I hated doing network marketing old school ways. I do not like posting and praying. I do not like sending hey girl messages. I do not like spamming people. I do not like hearing no. I do not like feeling rejected. I do not like feeling it's not working. I do not like feeling stuck and frustrated. So, partnered with some people, created a phenomenal system that has proven success and proven duplication, and we're going to share that with you on Friday. So today we're going to get started first with attraction marketing. And what does it mean to show up and be the attractor instead of the repeller? Okay, we don't want to do all that stuff. So everyone else in network marketing is doing, they're all needy and desperate, right? They're all practicing the 3-foot rule. They're all saying, how can I earn, right? Me. It's all about me. How can I earn? Doug, you'd be happy to make a buck? Well, let's do it, buddy. I'll teach. We can make a buck before we get off this call. All right. How can I earn, right? Me. They have absolutely zero leverage. Okay. There's no leverage in that. And they are repelling people. In fact, if someone called, they're like, I'm not even going to answer the phone. They probably have another opportunity for me, right? They're really diminishing. What it really does over the long term is diminish your own self-worth, because you're in one of those things, right? And so even you start to question, does this actually work, right? Now, when you do it the right way, you have a confident leader, right? The confident leader that shows up and they know, yes, 100% it works. Those leaders have perfect prospects. Their team is perfect. My team is the best, by the way. They're saying, how can I help? It's not about me. It's how can I help? How can I serve? The whole reason we created this system, because I was like, my team needs help. There's no system in network marketing. I have yet to see a system in network marketing that actually works. And I'm going to figure this out because I made commitments to my team. So it's because of them that has created this entire transformation. I'm 100% leveraged. I'm 100% leveraged. I can show up when I want. I can do what I want. I charge for my time. I create content. I can do whatever, whenever, however, because I've created a business. I'm 100% leveraged. Okay. And then I attract people. So people say, Jen, I want to work with you. Jen, I want to work with you. Jen, I want to do this. Jen, I want to do that. I attract them to me. Now that's a journey. I didn't start out that way. I did not start out that way. I'm going to tell you guys, when I started out 9 years ago, I had 150 friends. They were all my friends, like my moms and my cousins and my coworkers from my career. That was my Facebook. I had no influence. I had no authority. And what I did was I was learning a skill. So I was learning the trade of fixing and flipping houses. And all I did was go live. I didn't even talk because I was so freaked out. I didn't even talk, but I would go live every Saturday with consistency and say, we're at another property. And I would let the speaker, which is the expert in the room, not Jennifer, I would let the speaker talk about how they got the property, how they acquired it, how they're going to fix and flip it, where they got the money, all the things. So I was providing value to my audience. And I was building up an audience of people who what? Wanted to invest in real estate. Very, very strategic. Very strategic. Now, a lot of you got started and paid $49. Some of you were looking for free things to sell. Some of you paid $1,000. Some of you paid $2,000. I paid $20,000 to sell my first program. So I know what it's like to have an expensive product. It was a high ticket affiliate marketing. And I know what it's like to put your money where your mouth is. I didn't have the money. I had to borrow it, right? So money, I don't use money as excuses. I don't let people tell me they can't afford it because I'm like, yep, me neither. And I just filed bankruptcy. So give me another one, right? It's never, ever, ever about the money. It's about one thing. Can I do it? Great, you've done it, but can I do it? And what I want you guys to know is every single one of you watching this can have an incredible business. And what you are in front of right now with this economy, people are losing their jobs. And people can afford a $49 investment. People can afford to find a $1,000 or $2,000 investment, but people can afford a solution to their problem. What you sell is the solution. We're going to get into that. So I want you to ask yourself two questions. I want you to write these down. I want you to ask yourself two questions. What problem can I solve? What problem can I solve? And the next question is, and for extra bonus points, I want you guys to post these later for your homework. Let me highlight that. That'll be your homework. What problem can I solve? And what skills do I need to acquire to solve the problem? What problem do I solve? And what skills do I need to acquire to solve the problem? And before I really get into this, guys, we haven't even really scratched the surface. Make sure you've eliminated your distractions and be here fully. I promise you that this class alone will transform your business if you take it as seriously as you breathe. Take your business seriously, take your future seriously, because what you're posting today isn't for today, it's for your future. It's for the next person. It's for the next customer. You're posting for them, not for you, okay? So you want to have some essential leadership skills, okay? So here are essential leadership skills. Attraction is subconscious and biological. Okay, attraction is subconscious and biological. You guys heard the saying, your vibe is your tribe, right? We all come from hunter and gatherer mentality. One person protects and one person serves. It's the alpha, it's the omega, it's how life happens. Leaders tend to be alpha in their teams, in their families, in their communities, wherever. They just tend to be that person. And then the gatherer is the supportive role. Both are equally important and both are leaders. But you want to identify that type of role that you are for you, because you're going to need to be that role for your future team. Okay. And you're also going to develop more leadership skills. People are naturally attracted to leaders. Think about any course you've bought online. If you've paid a $7, a $47, $97, $1,000 coaching program, think of the person that you signed up and why you signed up with them. Okay. They likely demonstrated qualities that you admire. So if you want to be that type of leader, then we have to develop those habits and those skill sets for you to become that leader, because your vibe is your tribe. So you're going to attract your unique community. You want to practice leadership behavior until they become your own. Right? You want to just think of it as practice. Every single day you're showing up and practicing until you get it right. So you want to consistently. So think about those habits that you admire in those people that you respect and that you're following on social media. Think about what they're doing, what gravitates you to them, so that you can be that person for your community. Now, your economic results are dictated by your values. This one's interesting. Your economic results are dictated by your values. You can take a look around your life, no judgment, but you can see what you value by your economy, right? By what's in your bank account. A lot of people value their time. A lot of people value money. A lot of people I have a lot of friends that spend a lot of money to impress people that they don't like. That's what most people do, right? Keeping up with the Joneses. Oh, I got the big house and the big car. Like, I just sold my dream truck and I'm renting a car right now because I don't want truck payments. It was an investment. It's going to buy me a rental house, which I'm getting cash ready for, right? So my ego doesn't need that big lifted truck anymore. But once upon a time it did. So you want to pay attention to your economic values and where your money is being spent. What's the ROI on things you're spending money on? Are you spending it to get a smile on your face? Or are you spending it for the benefit of your future, your team, your family, your community? Okay. So the way you increase your value is to learn the skills that help you create and distribute value. Let me say that again. The way you increase your value is to learn the skills that help you create and distribute value, right? So that's like the franchise model. So if we talk about value for a second, if I'm a cashier, right, I am in competition with everyone who's 16, 17, 18 years old who can go into a McDonald's and learn how to run the cash register. That's my competition. There's no value in that. The company can dictate how much they're willing to pay me because they'll go find someone else that is willing to accept it at $15 an hour. If you take a look right now, people are going to lose their job. Why? Because they have outvalued their market. And in the economy that we're in, this is what businesses do. They go in and they cut their P&L in half and they say, oh, you're making 80 grand, 80 grand, 80 grand, 80 grand. And these 5 guys just graduated college and they're happy with doing the same exact job for 45 grand. So now I can hire 2 of you for 1 of you. You're fired and 2 of you come in. That's economics, that's business. So you are paid in direct proportion of the value you bring to the marketplace. So you want to think, what skills do I need to develop so that I can distribute more value, right? How can you distribute more value? You can't replace yourself. So how do you distribute more value and create duplication? What you got to do is grow your intellectual capital, intellectual property, your intellectual capital. The main thing is mindset. And we all know this to be true, right? What you think, thoughts are things. What you think, you create, all of it, right? If you haven't read Think and Grow Rich or The Science of Getting Rich or Psycho-Cybernetics, those 3 books I've read a million times. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal books. And they talk about how what you think about a thing, right, is what creates the results in your business. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to post. Those 2 silly little sentences that are false are stopping you from growing a business. Okay, we got to ask ourselves better questions. If I did know what to say, what would I say? If I did know what to share, what would I share today? And I'm going to teach you guys how to do that. So attraction marketing is a skill. It is a skill. You can develop it. It's super simple and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So number 1 with attraction marketing skills is audience attraction. You got to attract your tribe. You got to attract your tribe. Now with attracting your tribe, you're also going to repel people. So I'm just going to tell you right now, be okay with people not liking you. They don't like God and they don't like Jesus also. There are people that don't like Santa Claus. All 3 more important than us. People are just miserable. They just don't like stuff. They don't like that thing. That's probably a scam. That's a pyramid. I'm not religious. They just don't like stuff. So you have to have some thick skin in this. Some of you guys that have been with me a while, you've seen some haters post comments, and every once in a while I'll ignore them and every once in a while I'll come back at them. But I don't care. Because they don't manage my bank account. They don't manage my lifestyle. They don't have any idea where I come from or what my experience is. And on the flip side, I don't know what their story is. They're not coming at me because they're a happy person. They're coming at me because they're unhappy and miserable. So we don't really worry about that. We always want to remember that that person has a story too, and they're just a keyboard warrior. So be okay with that. Audience attraction is phenomenal. But just be okay with being yourself, right? You guys know I drop F-bombs. And I have worked with parents that are very much like Jen. And listen, I might drop an F-bomb. So if you're working with me and we're coaching, but those of you who have children, you do know that when I know the kids are in the room, I'm better at it, but I'm me. If someone's like, I would never work with someone who drops an F-bomb, then don't hire me. Totally fine. I'm okay with that because there's enough people in the sea that can appreciate I like colorful language, right? It's called pattern interrupt. All right, number 2 is value creation. This one I feel like it's confusing. Value equals education. Value equals entertainment, right? People Let me give you a great example. Football and basketball players. How many of us think that they are way overpaid for? Like, oh my God, I can't believe those guys make millions of dollars to throw a football around. They're paid in proportion of the direct value they bring to the marketplace. They're in entertainment. They're on television, and millions of people will watch them every Saturday. So they're paid, and then they're sponsored, right? So people buy Nike because Michael Jordan, right? They're paid sponsorships, which is affiliate marketing, by the way. It's just leveraging someone who already has influence and saying, hey, throw these sneakers on and sell them. That's all we're doing over here. Only you are starting out as baby Michael Jordan and growing that influence, okay? So value creation, you're just teaching and you're training your audience. The most important thing is identifying your audience. Who are they? Lead liquidation, online advertising, and then enrollment and duplication. Okay, these are all things that are part of the attraction marketing skill set that we'll go into. So there are 3 big myths in network marketing that we're going to bust through right now. The truth about network marketing and how to succeed in today's digital world. Here is the truth, my friends. If little Sally joins a network marketing opportunity and I'm going to tell her to go make a list of 25 friends, she doesn't want to do it, right? Have we all, who hasn't made their list yet? That'd probably be a better question. No one wants to bug their friends and family. No one wants to tell their friends they're in network marketing, right? I don't care how freaking proud you are. You don't want to tell your friends and family, okay? You don't have to do that. Here's the thing. If Sally signs up and she's got to go write a list, she's already like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And then Sally goes home and she's on her phone and she sees make 10 grand, e-commerce, ghost commerce, affiliate marketing, Amazon, eBay. Guess what? She is not making a list of her friends and family, and we just lost her because that's our competition. That's our competition. So the first myth is as a distributor, you own your own business. No, you do not. You are not a business owner as a distributor for a network marketing company. Okay. Why? Who controls the terms of your compensation plan? Who dictates how much you get paid and when? It's not you. So you're not the business owner. Is your downline really yours? Do you own your downline? No, you don't. As a matter of fact, you don't own your downline. You can't control your downline. And if your downline leaves and they've got influence and they take people with them, there goes your bank. And that's because you're people dependent and not system dependent. Okay. So what assets do you actually own? Maybe some inventory, but you don't. You don't own any assets at all. You could log in and the company is shut down. Okay. You don't own it. You are a commission-based sales rep. You own nothing. You don't have a business. And it is an income source. It's a job, right? It's a job. You can treat it like a business and it will pay you like a business. But when you get started, it's a job. Okay. Attraction marketing is about creating a real business with assets that you control. You control how much you make. You control how much it costs. You control all of it. This boot camp right here, it's why it's not going to be for free ever again. I found my value, friends. I will never do this training again. And as soon as it's done, it will be sold, right? Because I recognize that I have spent probably $500,000 in coaching over the last 9 years, giving away information for free. But do you know what happens when it's free? People show up and do nothing with the information. When their heart's in it, their wallet's in it. And that's just a fact, right? I paid 20 grand. I made that shit work. If I paid $200 to join a company, probably wouldn't care if it didn't work in 90 days. That's just being real. And that is what we're up against. That is digital marketing, right? They can go learn for free, create their own ebook and sell it. It's crazy. So what you get as an attraction marketer, these are assets that you get, your audience. You are building your audience that will follow you. They like you. They like, know, and trust you. They're going to follow you into different companies, into different opportunities. They will buy everything that you make. They love you. That is an asset. An email list is an asset. If you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. And guess what? When someone joins your network marketing company, The company has an email list, but you don't. The company owns it. So you have an income stream, right? You have an income stream or several, and you have a brand. You're branding yourself. You're selling yourself instead of the company. Okay, so myth number 2, network marketing is about creating leverage. Well, here's the thing. There's 2 ways to build right now in network marketing. There's the traditional way, which still totally works, by the way, but it's very much unleveraged, and here's why. You approach a person, then you build rapport, then you qualify them, then you invite them, then you schedule them, then you confirm them, then you present, then you deal with their objections, then you follow up, then you enroll. 10 freaking steps. 10 steps that are all skill-based that you need to learn in order to get an enroller. And it's typically 1 out of 10 to 1 out of 20 persons is going to say yes. So you're going to go through all 10 of these steps manually to get a yes and make $30. Hashtag burnout. Anybody been there? Hashtag burnout if you felt burnout. Like, this is not working. I'm not getting paid. I don't understand this. It's because it's people dependent and not system dependent, right? Network marketing is the greatest business model in the world. And now we live in a digital era. So it's time to get your business up on digital assets. So here's the real reason that top recruiters burn out and quit. They're unleveraged. They are exhausted. You see leaders on stages, right? And they're being promoted and they're being rank advanced and they're being talked about and they're all these things, they're being showcased. And you're like, oh, I just wish I could be like that person. They just make all this money. But what you don't see is they're missing out on tucking their kids in at night. They're missing out on spouse fights. They're missing out on, school plays. They're missing out on vacations. They're missing out on things. They are sacrificing their time because their business is dependent on people. Right? That's what you don't see. It's an unleveraged system. So they're burnt the F out, right? Look at burnout, overwhelm, right? Overwhelm, like, oh, I feel like I'm lost. I feel like I'm left behind. There's 14 Zooms a week. I can't catch up. Yeah, because it's too much. It's too much for the person just getting started. So we have to take a step back and create real systems. So offline methods, right? This is an offline method, and offline methods still work. I am not knocking it. We have incredible leaders that build 6- and 7-figure businesses with offline marketing. I do both, online to offline. They work, but when you have a system in place, it just works better. So offline methods are the warm list, right? Your list of 25 people or 100 people, your cold market, your prospecting, and the 3-foot rule, right? Have you guys ever been told to go to the grocery store and prospect the guy behind you and ask them if they keep their options open when it comes to making money? And you're finally in that situation. You're like, I don't want to ask that question. That's weird. Yeah, it's weird. We don't want to be weird, right? So that's why those opportunities don't work. When I first got started, I was embarrassed. I was so freaking embarrassed. I can remember standing behind Liz was her name, right? Liz was a cute blonde chick. She had her box of cologne. I had my box of cologne. We're walking door to door, and she had been doing this for years. So she could start a conversation with anybody. And I'm grateful that that's who taught me, because I became the person that can quite literally start a conversation with anybody. But when you're walking around with a box of cologne, you're there to do something. Sell a bottle of cologne. It's not like a question, right? But now we live in this world where it's like, well, I can't tell you what it is, but if you come to my presentation and well, what's it about? And like, there's just all of this like weirdness, right? It's not a natural flowing conversation. And with that weirdness, people get all into their head because there's money involved. It's not that, well, they said that they need an opportunity. They said that they needed help with their retirement. They said that they wanted to buy a new car, right? We forget that we're helping them because there's a commission attached. So then we get all weird about it. And then we're like, oh, well, what if they say, I think I got a customer. I think they might join. Like, it's weird. It's weird, right? That's why no one wants to do it. So we're not going to do that anymore. Now, online starts with cold connections. Then they become friends, right? And now you're stalking them, right? You're going to add them to groups, and then you're going to message them. Totally works. It's called the ATM method. The ATM strategy totally did it. Totally works. Don't recommend it, but it works. Okay. So it is one way to build your business. You are still unleveraged. You still have a job. You are trading your time for money, right? And don't get me wrong. Every time you show up to build a business, you're gonna trade your time for money in the beginning. Like, unless you just have 20 grand sitting around where you can say, hey, build a business for me. That's a thing, right? People do that. But if you don't, you are going to trade time for money. So understand that you have to treat it like a job in the beginning. And when you start growing and building a team, and they're like, well, what did you do? And how did you do it? And you can't tell them what you were willing to do, they aren't going to do it. If you're not showing up to leadership calls, they're not showing up to leadership calls. If you're not giving value inside the team groups, they're not giving value inside the team groups. If you're not sharing the meetings, they're not sharing the meetings, right? They're following your lead. They're doing exactly what you're doing. So decide the type of leader that you want to become, and your people will do exactly what you do. Okay, so you're going to approach, again, here's the systems. First, we approach them, then we report them, then we qualify them, then we invite them, then we schedule them, then we present them, then we deal with their objections, then we deal with their follow-up, then we deal with enrolling them, and 1 out of 10 to 1 out of 20 is going, or I'm sorry, 9 out of 10 is going to tell you no. Waste of time. And you're the CEO of your company. You should not be prospecting your leads, by the way. You should not be prospecting your leads. So attraction marketing is about creating highly leveraged online marketing system. It's a system that runs while you're sleeping, while you're on the soccer field, while you're at kindergarten, doing all the things. The system is running behind the scenes. And your job is to show up and answer some questions and collect a decision. So myth number 3, here's the third myth. Everyone is a prospect. Baloney. Everyone is a prospect. Baloney. No, they're not. No, they're not. There are a lot of people that are perfectly happy in their careers. There are a lot of people perfectly happy in their jobs. There are a lot of people perfectly comfortable with being comfortable. They're not a prospect, right? So, just go through the numbers. It's a numbers game. No, it's not. That way is exhausting and burnt out, right? Yes, the law of averages is real. I get it. But would you rather have a yes with 1 in 4 people or a yes with 1 in 20? I want to have a yes with 1 in 2, right? So I'm going to target market my person. They've been in online marketing. They've been a digital marketer. They've been an affiliate marketer. They cannot freaking duplicate. They're stuck in the systems. They need the system. That's who I talk to. And they have young kids, right? They want to be home with their kids chilling on vacation. I'm not trying to sell to a doctor or a lawyer or someone that I don't speak their language. It doesn't make any sense. So promoting your business on social media is not attraction marketing. Promoting me on social media is not attraction marketing. Promoting something like this bootcamp would look like, oh my gosh, this is really exciting. I love being in this industry. And I just learned that I could get 3 customers a week working part-time, right? You're educating your audience on something you learned. That's attraction marketing, okay? Posting like, do this thing, no one's gonna listen to you. You don't have credibility, you don't have authority, you don't have influence. You're just a guy telling them what to do, and they're not gonna listen because who are you? They don't know your results. They don't know what you do in your off time. They don't know your team. They don't know your story, right? And it's not until we get over ourselves, over our egos, right? Over the whole like, look at me on Facebook, I'm a millionaire, dancing on unicorns. No, you're not. We all have depression. We all have anxiety. We all have debt. We're all broke. We all have life challenges. Facebook is people. People don't trust anymore. They're naturally untrusting because of what we just came out of, right? I just hired a network marketing coach, and her post yesterday was like, people don't know that I deal with depression and anxiety on a daily basis. And I thought, no freaking way. Right? Because we sell the sunshine and the rainbows. But the truth is we all have a struggle. Every one of us, the world is struggling. So we have to show up and we have to serve. We have to help other people, not be so judgy. Network marketing is not for everybody. Okay. Attraction marketing is about attracting the audience of your perfect ideal prospects. So who do you want to work with? Do you want to work with someone who's like, I love this. I don't know if I can do it, but here's my money. I wouldn't even take their money, right? Do you want to work with someone who knows how to manage their time? You want to work with someone who values their word. So when they say they're going to do something, they do it. You want to work with someone who gives back to the team, to the community, doesn't just take. I want to work with someone who wants to make 6 figures in their first year, right? I want to work with someone who's like, I'm hungry. Let's go, right? I'm hungry too. I want to make $1 million. So you want to think about that person, because when you show up to have a conversation and do a post or a reel, you're only talking to the one person. That person will self-identify. They will self-identify by saying, me too. Oh, me too. Me too. You got young kids? Me too. You got kids in elementary school? Me too. You build a business part-time? Me too. You're struggling to get leads in your business? Me too. You're struggling to duplicate? Me too. So you talk about things in a very real way, and your people go, me too. And then you're not the person showing up saying, you know, if you're not building for retirement, you're going to get screwed in 3 years. Like, ew. No one wants to, they don't want to sign up with that person, let alone be coached by that person, right? It's a little spammy in your face. We got to be understanding and compassionate and meet people where they are, and then bring them on our journey with us. We haven't arrived. No one has arrived. I have not arrived anywhere, right? I am very much on my journey. No one has arrived. No one is too big for their britches that they can't take people to the top with them. But you want to look for people who see a top, right? I'm not going to work with someone who's like, I've done 27 businesses and I don't think it's going to work. Let me try 28. Nope. If you didn't make it work 27 times, I can tell you why. But if you're going to try to make it work, I can tell you I'm not the coach for you, because I'm making it work. My team is making it work, right? We are committed to our word and what we're doing. So you really want to think about your audience. How old are they? Are they men, women, or both? Are they moms? Are they over a certain age? Are they under a certain age? Are they already an influencer on social media, which is going to be another training, right? How to attract people better than you. Especially right now, each and every single one of you should be putting targets on all the affiliate marketers' backs. First of all, they're going to get shut down by the FTC very quickly for posting their freaking commissions online. That is no number one. And it's so stupid. It's literally saying, hey, IRS, come take a look at me. Don't be that guy. But all of those people do not have leveraged income at all. They show up and they make a sale. But if that system got shut down, there's zero leverage in that. They don't have a team. They don't like network marketing because they don't want to show up and rah-rah a team every day. When you marry the two correctly, you have leveraged income and a team building. So like right now, my targets, they're all affiliate marketers making over 10 grand a month, right? That is who I'm looking at. Like, hey, network marketing is not what it used to be. Let's have a conversation, because I can show you how to do it without adding any more work to what you're already doing, which is their keywords. I don't want to do any more work. I'm already at 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 30 grand a month. I don't want to work anymore, right? So I'm going to provide them a solution, but your income's not leveraged. What happens when this shuts down? So's your income. What happens if this company shuts off? So's your income. You're not leveraged, right? So you have to solve their problem. And because I was an affiliate marketer, I know their problem. Also, because I'm a mom, I know their problem. Because I'm a parent, I know their problem. Because I'm 43, I know their problem, right? So all I do is show up and solve problems, but now I charge for the solution. I don't give it away for free anymore. So that's the difference. Right now, we live in a digital world. You can create an ebook on ChatGPT, sell it through a funnel, sell it for $1, and make a bunch of money. It's never been easier to build an online business using digital tools. The best advice I can give you is make sure you are leveraged so that you have your time, because that's the purpose of doing a business, is having our time. So how to attract an ever-growing audience of qualified people. How do I do that, Jen? It's only 3 steps. Find your perfect prospect, which we are going to attract. Figure out their biggest obstacle, okay? And help them overcome them. So for those of you watching right now, and we're streaming a few places, so I can only see it currently, here's your biggest obstacle. You don't have a lot of time to put into the business. You probably have a job or kids. Your team is not building. You're not duplicating. You're not making money. You're not sure if it even works. You're people dependent. People are around you probably saying it's never going to work. It doesn't work. It's a scam. It's not legit. And you have no idea how to get a lead. Those 4 problems this bootcamp is going to solve. And some of you will see an offer at the end and want to continue forward. And some will get everything that they need out of the bootcamp and go build an incredible business. Either way, it doesn't matter. Those are the 4 problems that this bootcamp is going to solve. How to show up as an authority on your Facebook today. This is who I am, and this is what I do, and this is who I help. Okay? So, why Facebook, right? There are, over the last 9 years, I have seen people go everywhere, and I have stayed faithful to Facebook. Even though, yes, I have an account on Instagram, yes, I have an account on TikTok, and yes, I have a YouTube, but I specifically build on Facebook. My belief system is that Facebook is the only platform that has community because of the groups. And because of those groups, the people who continue to use Facebook, they appreciate community. And I lead with community, right? I build with community. So for me, it makes sense to lead on a platform that, in my mind, everyone they're looking for community. They're looking, even if they're just wanting to be connected with their mom and dad who live across the globe, right? Or their grandkids who live in another state. That's community. It's connection. Facebook offers connection. And that is why I build on Facebook. My best friends I have met on Facebook, like literally, and in person. Don't get me wrong. We met when the pandemic was over. But all of my team I have met on Facebook and taken off to have a personal relationship with. So it's not does online work and it's not does offline work. It's that offline doesn't have a leverage system and online does. So that's why I choose Facebook. So there's 2.99 billion active users a month. 2.99 billion with a B. There's 2.04 billion users a day. 243 million are in the United States. So if you're like, I don't really want to build in Canada, cool, don't. There's 243 million people in the United States. And then my favorite one I found today was marketers can reach potentially right now with digital marketing, and it's only going to get better. We are in front of $1 trillion industry. You want to get on right now. Marketers can reach potentially 1.983 billion Facebook users. Sell an ebook for $1. $1.983 billion. Right? Now, some of you, you're like, that's insane. And right, your logic is already computing that. Like, no, that doesn't make any sense. I could never do that. I can't reach that. Like, money flows in and out, in and out. There are people that buy from several network marketing companies just to support the small business owner. You are a small business entrepreneur, right? So it's not like everyone is mine. No, people can buy from me and they can buy from you and they can buy from you and they can buy from you. We have an abundant mindset. People can buy from whoever. You build one place, but going and getting customers right now is never been easier as long as you start with providing value first. And value just means education. You're teaching them something. So you have a scale from 1 to 10. 0 is your scale, right? Over here, you're like, I'm stuck. I'm on the struggle bus. I cannot figure this out. I don't know if there's a system. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. And then you have 10 is where you want to be, right? And you yourself are somewhere right there between 0. And if you're brave, throw that number down, right? I'm probably at a 5. I'm going to be honest. Well, here's the thing, right? There are places where I'm at a 10. Like, no, I'm exactly where I want to be in this area of my life. But in my business, I'm a 5. I'm nowhere near done. I'm still trying to figure this out and make it easier and make it faster and make it funner for my team. So in that area, I have skills that I need to develop to get bigger and to get better, right? But here is the cold, hard truth. Your business is not building because of you. Now, I say that with nothing but love because I was the person who blamed my mentor. They didn't help me out. They weren't telling me what they were doing. They weren't showing me what they were doing. I didn't know what they were saying. Damn. until I learned how to get over myself and sit down with my mentor and listen. See, I wanted to come to my mentor with all my problems. Like, you're not teaching me this and you're not showing me that. There's not a system in place. And he was making 10 to 20 grand a month every single month. So he had a system. Now, this was back way before social media, duplication, all the things, right? He wasn't really sharing. He gave me one piece of advice. Put 100 people through the system. You'll make 10 grand. What system? What system? Where's the system? I don't understand the system. But I wasn't ready to present. The system was dependent on people. I wasn't a presenter, right? I was a victim. I was a victim complaining and whining. Now, here's the thing. Network marketing, there is not a fucking system. There's not. I've been in a few. There's not a system. But I can choose to say, there's no system. I'm going to go back to selling some other stuff. Or I can say, how can I help this company create a better system for my team? I told my team I'm not leaving. We're not leaving. But we need a freaking real system. So how do we create that system? How do we create real duplication so that we're not dependent on people leaving for the next shiny object because it's not working? No, you're not working. Like, I love you and I want to shake you and hug you and hold you, and you're not working, right? You're not showing up to the trainings. You're not doing the things. And so your business isn't working. So yes, network marketing in itself is a broken model that's, marrying into the digital age. But we also have to take a radical look and say, how many people did I even talk to? How many people did I show my business to? Did I try to learn the presentation? Did I show up to an event? Did I take notes, right? Because if you didn't do any of that and you're still calling yourself a business owner, again, you look in your mirror. I had to look in my mirror. Right? So the leverage and effective way. This is the leverage and effective way. Okay. You are going to share value. You're going to share useful stuff that can actually help them, not you. I know. But Jen, I want the commission. I was so desperate for my first 10 grand. I was so desperate. So desperate. I was like, well, they saw the presentation. Aren't they going to sign up? Like, I did not even see a property tour when I borrowed 20 grand. I didn't even see the presentation. I handed 20 grand to the person who said, Jen, I'm going to help you. Okay. Mine was faith-based on a relationship. Didn't even see a property tour. Didn't meet anyone in the company. Didn't do any homework on what was Renatus. None of that. Paid this man my 20 grand and said, better freaking show me how to make this work because I'm broke, right? And then I start putting people through the system. And I'm like, oh, they saw the presentation. They went to the property tour. They should be signing up, right? Wrong. Big fat wrong. Big fat wrong, right? Because they have to go through their own system, their own due diligence, their own processes. And some people are going to buy immediately and some people are going to go research their faces off. And you have to know where they are and their personalities so that you can combat that. Right? That's how we follow up with people. That's a skill that you have to develop, but you don't develop it unless you talk to people. That part you do have to do. Okay. So you're going to share valuable, useful stuff that will actually help them. Now, remember the first two questions that you guys had for your homework, right? Those 2 questions. What do you know that will help them? Engage with your audience and answer questions, right? So I have to go back through to all of these comments, and we're streaming in a few places, and answer every single question and make sure everyone, understood all the content today and what we're doing and how we're doing it. Can I answer any questions? That's my job as the content creator so that I can answer those questions. Okay. And if you have questions, guys, drop them below, because what questions does for the teacher, by the way, I know a lot of people don't want to ask questions. I never did in school. Like, I'm not asking questions. I don't want people to know I don't know that answer. But if they don't ask questions to the teacher, then the teacher can't identify where they need to do better and be better. Right? So I get a ton of questions in Messenger, and I'm always like, can you ask inside the group so everyone can benefit from my answer? Because the truth is, some of you have no idea how to get started on Facebook, and some of you are monetizing Reels and everything in between. Right? But I can't just show up and do a general training like that, because you guys are all over the map. But if someone's like, hey, Jen, I've got 3 reels and my engagement's doing great and 3 people are asking, how do I get started? What should I do now? Like, that's a very specific training that I could do for a lot of people, because that's a real thing. That's a real problem. The leads are coming in. I don't know what to say. That's a training, right? So you want to engage with your audience. Guys, this takes 20 to 30 minutes a day. 20 to 30 minutes a day to show up and help your audience understand, right, or learn, or have some fun, or be entertained on your journey, on your growth, on what you're learning, because you're educating your audience, okay? So, but this is hard to do. It's so hard to do. I don't know what to post and I don't know what to say. Don't worry, we're going to go through all of that over these 3 days. You're going to know exactly what to post. You're going to know exactly what to say. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can talk, which is video form, reels and stories, right? You can get your message across that way, or you can type in a story form. Both work. There's not a right or wrong answer. Okay, they all work. It's a matter of how much time do you have to invest into your business, and are you comfortable getting on camera? And if you're not, let's get over that together, because you need to get on camera. Like, that is where the world is right now. So the longer you procrastinate on getting on camera, the more you're just procrastinating your paycheck, right? Get over yourself. It's not about you. I love you. I love you. I had to get over myself. It wasn't about me. Get over yourself and share your message. And I'll help you guys craft that story. And it really is you sharing your story. It's not about them. It's about them and the lessons you're teaching them, but it's not about you. So you're not going to go live and tell everyone how cool you are, because they don't care. If they know you, they know you're cool. And if they don't know you, you're arrogant. They don't care. What they care is, what's in it for me? Why should I listen to you? Are you going to teach me? Are you going to make me smile? Are you going to make me laugh? Are you going to educate me? Are you going to entertain me? If you're not worth my time. And time is the most precious thing. It's not money. It's time. So we got to buy our time back. Okay. So you could talk or type. You're going to share your content or other people's content. Share your stuff or share other people's stuff. Either way, it doesn't matter. You want to share to your audience information. That is value. So if you don't know what to post, ask, what do I post? It's a simple, I don't know what to post. You'll know by the end of the boot camp. We'll have that covered for you. Do you need to be an expert? No. So you already are an expert at something. So this is part of your homework. Write this down. And for my little chatters, chat this out for me, right? I want you to write down 3 to 5 things that you have already overcome in your life. Okay, I'll give you some of my personal examples. I have overcome an eating disorder. I have overcome divorce. I have overcome bankruptcy. I am still overcoming. My children lost a parent, right? We have grief counseling happening in our home. These are all things that have nothing to do with network marketing or my business, that I can show up and say, hey, listen, if you're going through bankruptcy, man, here's what helped me go through mine, right? Eating disorders. I'm not ready to talk about that yet, but when I am ready, it'll probably be into high school. My audience will be high school girls, not you guys, right? It'll be young high school girls that have an image issue like I did. Okay. So what problems have you already overcome that you actually already provide value in the marketplace? There are 2 income earners that I follow right now, both well over 7-figure. Both have ferocious, horrific childhood stories of abuse. And they use that, right? They use it not to their advantage, not in a good way, but it's a platform. They didn't understand why they were going through it at the time, but they understand that they had to go through it in order to help somebody else, right? So you can be a victim or you can be a victor. It's totally up to you. But the whole poor me, I wasn't born in the right family. I wasn't born in the right house. I wasn't born with this. I'm not energetic. I'm introverted and I can't get on camera. All of that is victim mentality, and it will keep you exactly where you are. And if you're happy with where you are, cool. No judgment. But if you're not, it's not the external that's got to change. It's It's programming. It's inside programming. It's trusting yourself to make a decision. That's a huge. I'm going to do a training on that. That was transformative when I learned how to not only make the decision, but to step into the decision I was making. Because there's starting a business. Oh, I'll start one. It's $149. Oh, this sounds like fun. And I do some videos. And then there's 6 months into it and your business is stalled and stuck and you're frustrated. And are you going to keep your word or are you going to quit and go look for shiny income opportunity number 14.7, right? Like being faithful to your word, that means everything. And if you are not committed to your own word, your subconscious mind knows that. You're lying to yourself. You don't disappoint me or anybody. You disappoint yourself. And then that disappointment, I was having a conversation with one of my mentors yesterday, and I was just like, I'm just so frustrated. Like, I'm just so overwhelmed. And when I got home, I was like, I'm not frustrated or overwhelmed with anybody but myself. It took me way too long to see the value that I bring. I have been doing free trainings for years, and no one's transforming. Why? Because I'm fucking Jesus over here doing it for free. Right? When your heart's in it, your wallet's in it. And I didn't realize that because of my own beliefs about money and having to overcome the value that I do bring and the investments that I have made into myself. So we're always growing, and being that real person, that's who someone's going to follow. It's not the person that's like, I'm so cool because last year I was number 5. Well, what are you doing this year? Are you helping anybody else get number 5? Right? It doesn't really matter. So you don't need to be an expert. All that to say, you don't need to be an expert. And also you are an expert in something, right? You might have a huge heart. You're an expert in loving. You're an expert in forgiveness. You're an expert in empathy. You're an expert in manifesting. You're an expert in the ABCs. Like, telling you, parents like me right now, we are so excited that these teachers are getting on YouTube. I will gladly pay you to get my kid out of that public school system, right? They can go on a YouTube, start a channel, 3rd grade education for years, and they'll be millionaires before they even know it. And now's the time to start that now. Okay. So you're going to post 3 to 5 times a day. Now, this one is interesting. 3 to 5 times a day, because if you're doing a post and then you're doing 2 stories and then doing a reel or 2, that's 3 to 5 times a day. So you want to be posting. I'm only doing Facebook training. Anything you can do, you can repurpose and cross modify and all that stuff. And that's a whole other thing. But today we're staying on Facebook. So if I do a video on a reel, it's less than 20 seconds, I can share it to my story. If it's over 20 seconds, write this down. You can download an app called Cut Story. It's one word, Cut Story. Let's say you have a 1 minute, 22 second Facebook reel, you can download that reel into your pictures. You can upload it to Cut Story. It will put them in 20-second increments, I think it is. And now you can put it into your stories 20 seconds at a time. Okay, little bit of a pro tip for you. Stories are 20 seconds at a time that I know of. I don't spend a lot of time on stories. I just put my reels in there. So I don't know the exact numbers on that. Okay, what if I don't have an audience? Guys, when I got started, there was 100. Actually, when I got started, there was 0. Because remember I told you that I had 150 friends and family? I did not want to be the stay-at-home work mom selling shit on Facebook. Like, I was like, I'm not going to be that mom selling candles. They annoy me. I became that mom later. I started a whole brand new Facebook because I was like, well, if they don't know me, they can't judge me, right? Because they don't know my story. They don't know my past. They don't know my insecurities. They don't know anything. So I actually did start a brand new account. What I want to recommend is each and every one of you start a business account today. I waited way too long to monetize my business in a way that was not dependent on my time or other people. And we are not doing that anymore. We are doing systems. Eventually, you'll get into paid advertisement. For now, we're going to stick with organic. I'm going to teach you exactly organic. Here's the thing with Facebook. You can have more than one business page. You can run ads to 20 businesses later on. Right now, we're just going to do one. But you're going to start from 0. And we all did, and we all will again. So relax. It's okay. Start from 0. What's nice about starting from 0 is you don't have what's my mom going to say? She ain't watching, right? A lot of people, I've learned, a lot of leaders are like, oh, I don't do certain posts because I worry what my team is going to think. Well, they're choosing to follow you at that point, right? And if they're offended, they're also choosing to be offended. That's just kind of the world that we live in right now. So you want to start a business account. I will teach you through this boot camp. Everything that you're going to learn works on both profiles. But if you're going to get into paid ads, which I highly, 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 highly recommend you do, then you're going to want content over there. So we're going to build it up organically, and then we're going to pay to play. So you want to post 3 to 5 times a day. Now, what if I don't have an audience? Oh, I already did that. Okay. So think of it like you're practicing, right? Let go of judging yourself. Let go of the, like, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to say. Yes, you do, right? We create the audience. We create who we want to talk to, and then we educate them. So if you did a post today that said, wow, so cool. Yesterday, I learned all about attraction marketing. I had no idea that I could actually get leads and sales on autopilot. This is pretty cool. You shared a journey you're on. There's no call to action. There's no click the link if you want more information. You're not showing up selling them. You're just educating them on your journey. Don't be afraid to educate people on your journey. Okay, get off of that soapbox. That we're all on level playing field. No one's better. We all woke up and put pants on one leg at a time, right? It's all equal playing field, and no one's better than any other person. So be real. If you struggle with something, be real and share the struggle. Don't be Dear Diary, okay? There has to be a lesson in the struggle. Don't share the struggle without the lesson. If you need the lesson, call me. Don't be Dear Diary victim mentality. No one likes that guy. Okay, so you're going to think of it as practicing. Size doesn't matter, guys. The size of your audience does not matter. What matters is the engagement you are doing with them. The money happens in Messenger or on the phone. I like to get people on the phone. The money is not from a post to a link. Like, stop doing that. No one's going to sign up from a post to a link. Not until you have created so much authority that people are like, I will buy everything she sells, right? You'll get to that point if you want to be that point, but you're not there today. None of us, I'm not even there today, right? We're not there today. Okay, so don't have to be that person. Think of it as practicing. So size doesn't matter. Engagement does. Your audience will grow. 2 things. If you are consistent and you care. If you're showing up every single day telling everyone how awesome you are, they don't give a shit because they're struggling. They're lying about it, but they're struggling. So they don't want to hear how awesome your freaking awesome life is, okay? They want to know that you're real. They want to know that you're depressed too. They want to know that you struggle with weight loss too. They want to know that you're worried about your retirement too. They want to know that you hate the public school system too, right? Remember, me too. You're looking for me toos from your perfect people. So be real, but share the lesson, okay? And then your content is a digital asset. I'm going to tell you, I didn't understand this. If I would have gone through this training 3 years ago, I would have thought, I'm just a girl that does videos. And then my girl, Laura, who's calling me right now, unlisted everything and said, you are charging for this. You do not do anything free anymore. Do you realize what you're giving away? And I didn't. I have been giving away information for years for free, which ultimately creates codependency, but it's not duplicatable, right? So I don't necessarily always see the value in myself, and we don't. That's why we do need mentors, and we need teams, and we need coaches. And, you should always be surrounded by people who are forcing you to take an internal look and go, I am pretty freaking powerful. I have spent $500,000 on coaching in the last 10 years. I have overcome a lot. I do have something to share, right? Because if you're by yourself, that doubt in there, let me tell you, who am I? What makes me so special? And why would people listen to me? All things I dealt with, all things I still struggle with, right? New level, new devil. Okay, so that is your training. So here we have problems and solutions. Okay, what's the problem you solve? What's the solution you are creating? Now we're talking about digital assets. Okay, digital assets, ebooks. You want to create an email list, right? You want to get leads and sales. So, what can you give away for free in exchange for a phone number or email, right? I have given away so many things over the years, which is why I have a pretty awesome email list, right? Because I have been creating digital assets for 9 years. Now, you've got from Suckville to awesome. Suckville being 0, awesome being 10. Where are you, without looking to the left or to the right, where are you on your journey, and what skills do you need to develop so that you can solve more problems for more people? What have you learned on this boot camp? What have you learned today? What was an aha moment? Sharing your experiences and your journey makes it real. Okay, sharing your experiences and your journey, it makes you real and it makes you relatable. Okay. 3 tips for, these are all things that you can be posting, right? So you got problem solution, right? How I overcame bankruptcy with 2 kids in diapers. Here's what I went through. Here was my solution, right? Suckville to awesome. I used to be a Suckville. Now I'm awesome. Here's my journey. Okay, what have you learned? What have you learned in this boot camp that you can go share with your audience today? And again, if you're like, oh, my audience is my friends and my family on Facebook, go start a new Facebook and build your audience again. Just start over. It's so much better to start over than go through all the mental weirdness. Share your experiences, right? This is an experience. If you've ever gone to an event, a seminar, a weekend, whatever, like life is nothing but experiences. So don't take those for granted. Start sharing the lessons that you're learning. 3 tips for, right? 3 tips for online marketers. 3 tips for, dads eating plants. Mark, I was thinking of you. 3 tips for like whatever you're doing, right? And then poll your audience. Hey friends, quick question. Of my friends list, who do I know that would be open to making an extra $1,000 on using social media strategies, right? Like, you can be direct, not every post, and no links, right? But you can be direct and ask a question. So that is the end of today's training. I will go back through and see if there's any questions. Your job today is to take perfect action. Your homework is these 2 questions. What problem can I solve? And what skills do I need to acquire to solve that problem? You're going to post them here in the group. And I want to know 3 to 5 things that you've already overcome. Okay. As far as the replay question, this replay is coming down on Sunday, and then I will charge for it. I'm not trying to sound arrogant, but there won't be a replay available. There will be a fee involved. Sounds so weird to say, but I guess I should get used to saying it. There's also going to be workbooks and all kinds of stuff that we're going to create for you guys. But it is coming down on Sunday. So watch it. Watch it before Sunday. Okay. I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. where we're going to talk about growing your influence, authority, and credibility online so that people are coming to you saying, I want to work with you. I want to get started with you. You know what you're doing online. Here's my credit card. Best thing ever. Have a great day, guys.